Hey guys, it's been a long time. Let me look over here. Let me move this over here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to move over here. Okay, so I'm talking to you. All right, okay, there we go. So, hello, it has been a long time since I've done a live stream. I just wanted to just jump on, catch up, and talk to you uh, all at the same time. I didn't feel like doing a whole bunch of stuff because I was like, here we are in June, and one of my goals in June is to talk to you more. And well, let me just back up. So today's video is about the wedding, college, urgent care, doggy kennel, and there's so much more. I am in this season of just crazy, and it's not crazy, it's things that are happening. One would call them attacks, but I don't feel like they're attacks. They're just things that are happening that you have to push through. Okay. So May was a month that I did my brain dump, or I attempted to do the brain dump, and I just turned May into a prayer brain dump. Because what happened, I just came off of surgery. You guys saw that video. I was healing, mending. We had a wedding on April 22nd. That was my older brother's wedding. And then fast forward, we were in May, and my husband's birthday was on the 19th, but I took him to a show on the 13th. My grandson stopped breathing. We wound up in the hospital, and after that I just took a moment of just said, like, there's a lot going on. The way that I describe it is like there's my life is moving really fast, and I feel like it's just hard to catch up. It's just things moving. And that was as I just said to my one girlfriend. She said, I feel like I got punched in my stomach. I said, yeah, it's like you're in the rink with Floyd Mayweather. Nobody sees it. That's how I describe it sometimes. Like when tough stuff happens, I'm like, I'm in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. He's kicking my butt and nobody can see it. And so that's where we are. So we got through that, and just some things were going on in May. And I said, I do not think May is a brain dump month. I think I need to just focus on prayer, because there was just things coming up. I was like, I gotta pray for my grandbaby, the youngest one. I gotta pray for my son. I gotta pray for everybody. Gotta pray for the other grandbaby. And it was a traumatic event. And we're just trying to heal even from just trauma. So I was like, pump the brakes. Let's just do a thing. So I have my folder in front of me too. It's my brain dump, and I wanted to bring it up because I'll talk to it about the college thing. But so I decided to do June. May was just prayers, and it's a list of prayers, and then I just said, okay, I'm gonna pick myself back up. And I wanted to pick myself back up because June is the month that I was conceived in, and I know I found this out, I want to say maybe 4 years ago, that June is my month where I'm like really productive and creative, because I was created in June. So I pay attention to it. It's on the radar, and I'm like, this is your month to get things done. So I put my new calendar up. May was never on my chalkboard calendar. It was just April, and I just jumped right into June. So I did a new brain dump for June. This is my folder, right? And I have all my brain dumps that I do. This is the new one from June. I'm bringing this up because someone near and dear to me, totally love them, they noticed that I put up a thing about Al. And I said, you saw that? And they said, yeah, I read all of your brain dumps. And I was like, wow. And I put them up on Instagram, and I was like, wow, okay. So I said, let me talk about this a little bit more. So I think I share with you guys that I do a brain dump every month. It's my categories. There are 6: home, family, spiritual, finances, health and wellness, and work. And I usually have things that I focus on for that month, and the goal is to get them done. I try not to carry them over. If I have to, then I do. And that's why May, I just said I'm skipping it. So this month I was asked to do a prayer for my brother. Youngest brother got married yesterday, and he asked me to pray over them during their first look. I didn't even know what a first look was. I mean, I can imagine it, like it's not a hard thing, but I was like, give me some more details. So him and his fiance at the time, wife now, comes and says, this is what it is. I go look it up. I find out what the first look is. I said, I would be honored. So the Lord reminded me of some things that had happened in our journey of marriage and things that we had to go through self-discovery, right? With the Holy Spirit, like, here's this thing happening, okay, and how the Lord dealt with it. And so I remembered those things, and those were things that I incorporated in the poem. So I wrote this whole, not poem, prayer out, and I had to do it yesterday. So it was super, the first day of the month. That was Hello June. It was super wonderful for me in such a way, was innovative and creative, and I felt like the Lord was in it. The only thing was I was a bit nervous reading it because I described it to my husband. I was like, I'm used to reading in front of crowds and rooms and microphones and minister and all of that. This was as if it was uh, a talk show because all of the cameras were really, really close and paying attention to the words and my delivery and everything. And I'm reading from my phone because I wanted to take paper. And my husband reminded me, no, just put it on your phone. And I had it broken down in such a way that I could express and articulate and make sure I hit certain things at certain times. So that all happened yesterday, and it was such a moment, and I thank God for it. And then there was this time at the wedding that there was a man that I met, and how people just say they're hanging in there, and it was just a ministering a moment where I was like, thank you for sharing, because he let out a lot, and he said thank you for asking. I don't even know his name, but I said, God, that's what like it's all about. Like, even though I'm going through some stuff right now, that you still take time, empathy, and listen to someone else. And I don't know his name, but he came home with me to this part of Jersey in prayer. And I'm like, Lord, the man that I met at the wedding, cover him. That's it. We don't need names. So we had a good time at the wedding. It was 2 hours away. And what happened last Friday, Al wound up doing a crazy thing and moved the couch and hurt himself. And so we've been dealing with a back injury that we thought would dissipate by the end of the week, right? So there's a holiday, everybody's off 3 days. Tuesday, we decided to go get chirotherapy. Next thing you know, she says, I think it's your sciatica. She's going to school for Chinese medicine, so she's well engrossed in all of these different things, of course, and she does chirotherapy. And so we get the back treatment for chirotherapy on him. It didn't go away. Now that was Tuesday, we move into Wednesday. We're moving around, working, trying to get everything done. To-do list over here. We managed to do everything that we had to do for this wedding, right? There was a list of things, and we was just checking them off so we could be prepared to travel. It's only 2 hours away, but we stayed overnight and, to get ready for this wedding. So in that, Al's a trooper, and, we were like, okay, take this, here's another kind of Tylenol, lidocaine patches. And finally, yesterday, it just got the best of when we were at the wedding. The wedding was, I think, until 12:30 at night. I anticipated kind of tuckering out. I knew that I would somewhere around 10:30. We stayed until 11:20, and he was having such a difficult time that I had to make a decision and say we got to just exit the wedding. So we missed the dessert, but that's okay because you guys, I haven't talked about it a lot, but I have been doing a new program in I am in a group called Total Health. So if you want some information, DM me. But it is a new program where I eat 5 like protein fueling snacks during the day, and I'll talk more about it in other videos. And so I had packed all of my food, which was totally awesome because I was like, this is self-care. I had my lunch bag because I'm like, I'm going far and I need to make sure that I eat what I'm supposed to eat. And I'm glad that I did that because I stayed the course. Only thing is I tanked a little bit during the wedding because I felt like I had too much protein because I was waiting to like eat. And so I needed like a little bit of sugar during the service. But then I realized too, later I was like, you think it was sugar, but you have so many calories that you put in. So you probably did more walking and movement than you anticipated, and it just took you down. So Once we got to cocktail hour, and I made sure that I grabbed good veggies and some protein, nibbled on that, and I think that I'm good. So all of that went on, but we made it until, like I said, 11:20, and then we left. And around 3 o'clock this morning, Al woke up and he was just moaning, and I had some pills. I gave him those, and we had already decided to go to urgent care. So we get up early, we come back, we make it back down here. Um, I want to say 9:30 ish. Had a rental, turned the rental in. I mean, we're in this season of like, where's your energy at? Which I'm so grateful again for this new program, and I feel the difference. I can see the difference in my face. Oh, I didn't even talk about this new hairdo, right? It's a new hairdo going on. New vibrance in my body, just endurance, moving around, not tired. I'm just going. Even right now, I should be asleep. That's what I said. Listen, I said, let's just go handle this, and then we're going to eat so you can take your medicine. We're going to go home and take a nap before we pick the dog up at the kennel. But I have not been asleep. I ate, and we dropped the car off, went to urgent care. Bam, got in there, handled it, got the prescription. My goal today was to go over to the college because there are some classes that I need to take, and I wanted to just have some conversations. I am a blessed girl when I tell you that, and I'm going to profess it, affirm it, scream it from the top of Mount Rushmore. I am a blessed girl. I walk in the room, and there is a lady who just immediately like had eyes locked in on me, comes over to me, and I tell her my plan and what I need to do, what I'm looking for, and I just like let it out. And I'm telling her, listen, I have a certain amount of time. I need to get this done. This is very important to me. So she took my information and she talked about these services that I'd never heard a college provide. And so I feel like I am on my way. And I told her, thank you so much. I feel like you're my angel, and I know great things are going to come out of this. And she's like, I'm going to stay with you, contact you, help you make sure that you navigate this process in such a way that you don't lose time or duplicate or just accountability. And I was like, this is exactly what I need. She said, you're totally self-determined. I can tell that because you're in here today after all of these things. And I said, yes, because I took off today for the wedding because I didn't know I was going to have to leave early for the urgent care. However, this was my plan today, to come in here face to face and talk about my plan to move things forward. So we did that. And as I said, we check it off. We're like, check, check, check. And then we got the medicine, figured out our food and everything, and now we're home. So that was the last 24 hours. Only thing left we have to do is get the dog from the kennel. And we got to make sure that she is good to go. But I'm so grateful. And I just wanted to kind of catch up and tell you guys. The prayer that I did for my brother was something different that I've never done. And I made sure, like I said, the Holy Spirit gave me these different reminders about the vows. It's like, and I said, when we get to the part about for better or for worse, remember that God is Jehovah Shalom. When we get to richer or for poor, remember He's Jehovah Jireh, right? Because, and I even put like, when you get to this part in your vows, remember these are strong words and they're actually scary when you hear them, right? Because you're like, for richer, for poor, Lord, please, But we all have these things, Ecclesiastes 3, right? We're going to go through this and this and this and this, a time to weep, a time to cry, a time to grow, all of these different things. So I just wanted to remind them, and I feel like the Holy Spirit wanted to remind them that, like, know these things can come up, but know that I can turn everything around. So I didn't even share it with my husband today on the way home, because of course it was a 2-hour ride. He's like, tell me your prayer. And I read it back to him, as we're driving back. And he was like, yeah. So now, yeah, that was like impactful. So I can't wait to see. I don't know. I saw videographers and everything all in my face. Like I said, like I felt like I was on a reality show. But I got a chance to see the first look and watch my brother's first reaction to seeing his wife in clothes. Is something that we've never done before, but it was awesome. And to be a part of that was great. And all of the bridesmaids, like in this behind this glass. It was like a balcony, and they just were all into it. We were just all like wrapped up into this wedding, super excited for him. That's even part of my prayer. Like I'm like, we are so excited. I was like, God, we are so excited to see what you're going to do in the lives of my brother and my sister-in-law as they commit themselves today, 6/1/2023, to one another in front of you, family, and friends. That is part of my prayer. I'm so excited. So that's a lot, but all of that happened in the last 24 hours. And as you can see, I haven't tuckered out yet. I'm going to keep on going. My girlfriend's here from North Carolina, and I think we're going to head over to the pool. I just called her and said, hey, do you have a bathing suit? Let's go and do laps and walk and talk this weekend out. Because she's got some other stuff going on too. And I just wanted to catch up with you guys and just let you know about the brain dump. I'm going to keep that going. It's keeping me accountable to myself and the goals that I have. Again, home, family, spiritual, finances, health and wellness, work. Oh, and then there's one more, miscellaneous. That's a new thing. I added some miscellaneous things. And then this prayer, since I wrote it for them, the gift will now be my daughter-in-law told me that you can take this and I'm going to change the font, make it pretty and everything, and turn it into like a canvas. So this will be a gift that they can forever look at and, reflect upon not only the day, but the prayer. You know what I mean? It's a constant reminder of the prayer that was prayed over them first. It was such a moment, and I thank God for it. So that is it. I just wanted to, pop in and share with you guys. Thank you to our new subscribers. This is what is the saying? Slow and steady wins the race. It's a slow process in this community, but it's grassroots, it's evergreen, and I appreciate you all for hanging in there with me. Sometimes I have these ebbs and flows of a whole lot of content, and I just try to be consistent as I can. But at the same time, please know that there is real life going on. Keep us in prayer because that was a doozy this year with my grandbaby, and it's something that we've gone through before. Maybe I should talk about it in another video. Uh, and it brought up some different things, and I had to. Oh my gosh! If I get into this whole story about the last year and how it brought me to this place, it's a book. I literally have. When I talk to you guys, I have such experiences, adventures daily of things that are happening that I could story tell and just hopefully help somebody free their mind, and the rest will follow. But that is it for today. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. I know that was a lot. It's 18 minutes of live video about the last 24 hours. And yeah, we'll go get the dog. And it's our Friday. We're going into Sabbath, and looking forward to just the rest. We have been going nonstop. It seems like for the last 2 months of just events, and it's either events or some other thing that we have to handle, but we're doing the best with God's help to just stay focused. And one of my things is right now I'm so committed to get this weight back off of me that I'm like, you cannot eat over this. So it's now I'm in the season of there's some difficult things coming up, but girl, you better not eat over it. You better take this to the Lord. You better pray. You better handle it. You tear it apart. You talk about it, whatever you got to do, but you're not going to eat over it. Like, it's time to grow up and do something different. This morning when I woke up, I was upset about this sciatica, and when things come up and your loved ones are involved, it's something that it does. And I'm like, God, this is my husband, and I count on him in such a way. He's a protector, he's a provider, he's my best friend. We talk about things and we move in such a way that I'm like, did you do this? Did you do this? Like, we balance each other out. So when he's down, I'm like, oh, I need you. Like I need you. I need you to get, like we gotta get through this. So it helps us, get stronger in more processes, methods, and the process of debriefing to figure out what did we miss. We're ever growing, ever evolving, and I thank God for it. And when I woke up this morning, I was in the shower and I said, okay, we got to get up early. Made a decision. We're getting up early. We're going. We got to go to urgent care. And the Lord laid this song on me, God is Able by Smokey Northville. And I started just singing in the shower. And I just was like, okay, God, let's do this. And then I played it a little bit in the car on the way home and just sang it. And I'm like, all right, here we are. We're gonna rock. And so that's it. And I'm going to end this because I thank you all for just tuning in and listening. More stuff is to come. As I said, keep us in prayer as we just keep trying to forge forward in, you know, the path and journey that God has for us. So be well, as always, be blessed, be encouraged, don't give up, keep the faith, stay the course. Take care until our next video. Love you.